We have taken you on this adventure with us to this Bristol freighter here in New Zealand. This is pretty cool. This is at the Woodland Park Motel. It's looking pretty camouflaged, as well as the moss and stuff growing on it as well is also making it look really camouflaged. She's a pretty old girl. They tell us she's built in 1945, so that's doing pretty well to still be kicking around today. So to give you a comparison, this aircraft type would be very similar to a C-27J Spartan or something like that. And that happens to be what I used to work on. And those Spartans had 2 engines, and each engine was 4,600 shaft horsepower. So that just gives you an idea. One engine on those had more than twice the capacity of this entire aircraft's horsepower. For this to be able to do what it did back in the day and still lift the amount it lifts, 6 tons, incredible. Absolutely incredible. The weight of the aircraft is still on par with the Spartan at 31,000 pounds. So that's about 14 tons worth of aircraft. So very similar specs, very similar. But these days we have more efficiency and more horsepower. But for what they were able to do and the war effort that they were able to achieve and things like that, just really cool. So the whole front of this section here has got these hinges where this section, I don't know if you can see through here, used to pivot around because this was the Bristol freighter. This was a cargo. This was the business end where you get to the airport. This would twist around open. I'll put a photo somewhere. And then you'll be able to put the cargo in and out of this plane. So that's a pretty cool thing. We got some birds living up there in the engine cowling. That's pretty cool. If I was a bird, what sort of home would you have? One with the mother bird. Pretty cool. Oh. The engine still turns a little bit. Look at that, the prop. Wow. It's so cool. I still can't get over the fact we're doing this. Oh, let's have a look. Check out the engines. Check out everything. So these are 2,000 horsepower Hercules engines. They're a 14-cylinder radial, and they're still attached by the look of it. There's still engines and exhausts and stuff like that, all still here. Does it turn? No, the propellers are stuck. I probably would be too if I was born in 1945. Let's go and have a look inside. Come in and check this out. Wow, here we go. So this is looking back down the back of the plane. Let's have a look here. You got a toilet. Oh yeah, right. Crikey. That's a bit noisy. And a nice little shower there, right? It's yeah. It's looking interesting, isn't it?
I know, it's definitely not we're not in first class, that's
for
sure.
No, we're definitely not first class. It's got this like 19 diggity looking gas stove, and I don't know, the microwave's a bit on a lean there. I think we'll go out for dinner tonight. But anyway, let's go and check out the bed. Come this way. Wow. There's no light or anything I can see, but oh, here it is. Ooh, well worn. Ooh, yeah. This has definitely got one of the grooves in there. They've put some hours into this mattress. I think we might be putting our own bedding on top of that, to be honest. But anyway, here's the front portals. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh. There's the portals to the front of the plane, which are still original. But the best thing, I haven't been up here, so let's go check this out. This is the upstairs cockpit. So I'm gonna bring you guys up here and show you what this looks like. Oh, hello! Wow! We can actually stay in here. There's a bed there. It's not very high. Jeez. Wow, this is crazy. This is really cool. You gotta come up, Brie. Have a look at this.
This is definitely not accessible.
Wow. Look at this. Everything's still going. Parking brake. All these different things. Trim wheels. Fuel cocks. Cross feeds. This is different. Now, as some of you might be aware, I'm going to try and climb in here. Try and climb in the pilot seat. Oh. It's obviously, a bit broken and a bit dated and a bit old, but it's really cool. I don't know too many other places in the world you can go and actually do something like this. Rudder pedals still work. that's the elevators. And your ailerons are completely disconnected. But it's really cool. I'll take you over this side to give you a look at what it's like. Real close up. So there you go. Nice Bristol written on the rudder pedals. So this stuff's all still here and intact. But yeah, as you can see, the gauges are pretty well shot. You know, people have had a go at taking this stuff in and out. But it's got a lot of switches and things you can still press and flick and do things for. Some of this stuff is like pretty archaic. Really is old school. Like, I don't even know what some of these things do because I wasn't trained on some of this really old school technology. So a lot of this is avionics stuff. Not my field, but it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. The seat is very hard. It's very like, oh, have a look there where Brie is. It's like straight up and down metal. Like, if you had a crash in this thing, even with a bit of padding on there, I'm not sure you'd come back with out of spinal injury. What do you reckon? What's your thoughts?
Yeah, definitely not any cushioning in here.
Yeah. But this is how people used to fly, you know? This is how it was. It was just pretty crazy. The technology is ancient in here. But yeah, there's the rusty window still opens. It's pretty cool. Still, one of the only places in the world where you can actually do something like this. And behind us, oh, let's have a look. We have to go back there and explore because we've got a double bed there, and it's been lined with some wood. And there's the avionics rack, so that would be called the A rack, I'd reckon. And some stuff going on up here. So, yeah.
The next day.
So what's your review on the shower?
Never have I ever showered in an old aircraft before, so this is a first. Well, the shower's hot. We've got that, I suppose. It's making my last night's sleep feel a bit better, because that bed, damn. Well, we had a pretty interesting night. It's a really interesting experience in this plane. This Bristol freighter is really cool. It's something that you'll never experience probably very much around the world in terms of staying in something like this, especially in the cockpit. You know, it's something that's unique and definitely well worth doing. Would I say the beds are comfy? Nah, they probably get like a 0 out of 10 for me on the comfort level. We were pretty spooned in. They'd been pretty worn out sort of beds. But waking up to this is a pretty cool experience. It's something you can only do in a very few places in the world, so I've got no complaints about that. Did I dream about flying? Absolutely, bet I did. I dreamt we got it working and then fixed it up and, took it for a fly, but I think it's a bit beyond that, to be honest. So we'll just have to leave that one to the dreams. But yeah, it was overall a really good experience, and I'm glad we came here. Really am.